Hello, YouTubers, and welcome to PDINA'. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome. We're going to talk about this whole naming thing with Lilibet and why Meghan did it. Because I know why she did it. And don't get it twisted. Meghan named this child Lilibet for a reason, and we're going to talk about it. Let's get into it. The onset of everything that happened with Harry and Meghan, with their children and the naming of this child. And I can assure you that this was something in the height of their royal relationship. The naming of this child was in between all of the controversy that they were having with the royals. So you want to really look back with your third eye, your third eyeball right in the middle of your head, and think, why would she do something like this? There is a very clear reason why she did it. Now, I want to first talk about the source, the information that we have about, this story as it's coming out, because the Queen was infuriated. She was infuriated over them naming their child Lilibet. Yes, she was, and rightly so. So the late Queen was infuriated with Harry and Meghan about their claims that she had actually approved them naming their daughter Lilibet. This is what a new book is saying. So we know that in 2021, Harry and Meghan, they announced their daughter's birth and said in a statement that she was named after the Queen, whose family nicknamed her, or her nickname was Lilibet. However, this new audio biography by royal journalist Robert Hardman has said that the late Queen was angry as I'd never seen her after the couple stated that she had been supportive of the name. Because remember, they lied and said, the Queen said it's okay. But the Queen didn't say it was okay. They lied. This is telling you so much about their character. Now, this book goes on to say that currently this book is being serialized in the Daily Mail, and also claims that the Sussexes were rebuffed by the Buckingham Palace people when they had asked them to back up their claims publicly, because Buckingham Palace said absolutely nothing. They just said, okay, we ain't gonna say nothing because we know it's wrong. The book reads, one privately member of palace staff recalled that Elizabeth II had been as angry as I had ever seen her in 2021 after the Sussexes announced that she had given them her blessing to call their baby daughter Lilibet, the Queen's childhood nickname. Sit down. So shortly after Lilibet's name was announced, the BBC reported a palace source saying that the Queen was not asked by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex about naming their daughter Lilibet. No, they weren't asked at all. So as a result, the couple accused the broadcasters of libel. But according to Mr. Hardman, the threat of legal action evaporated and the libel action against BBC never materialized. So at the time, Harry and Meghan's spokesman said the Duke spoke with his family in advance about the announcement. In fact, his grandmother was the first family member to be called. During that conversation, he shared their hope of naming their daughter Lilibet in her honor. Had she not been supportive, they would not have used the name. So Lilibet, we know, was the childhood nickname of the late Queen, which was reportedly only used by her parents. That right there is a clue, because if there's only certain people using that name, that tells you this is a very beloved, special name. Only certain people can use this name, not just anybody. So that in itself is giving you information about how precious this nickname was, because not everyone was allowed to use this name when addressing the Queen. Only her parents, Princess Margaret and Prince Philip, and a few close friends could use this. Not the grandchildren, not her children, but these special people. People who I would imagine are those that are in her immediate family in terms of her childhood family. people that she grew up with, her parents, her husband, who she's, her intimate partner, and her sister. So this name was so precious. It was a jewel. It was something that the one sacred thing that the queen had. You could not put a value of money on it. It was very much beloved. And the idea that the queen was very upset about this tells you she did not approve. And it was a backstab to the queen, the institution, because I can assure you of this right here, right now. Meghan did this. She convinced Harry to do it because she wanted to taunt the royal family, taunting them after accusing them of being racist, acting as if the royal family were not supportive of her. And then you're going to take the childhood nickname of the people or the institution that you are calling racist. You're going to now name your child after the person who heads the institution that you're saying is racist towards you. And then take Diana's name, because the child's name is Lilibet Diana. Why did she not use her mother's name? Why didn't she use her mother's name to use her maternal grandmother's name to give her child part of this name from her mother's mother? Why would she only use the family of Harry? Because Meghan wanted to show an upper hand. It was a power move. It was, I'm going to do with what I want to do with something that is precious to you. It may be something that only certain people can use, but I'm going to show my power, and I'm going to take the nickname, and I'm going to name my child after your precious gem of a name. That's what she did. This is a woman who does not care to do the right thing. Meghan always wants to do the wrong, controversial thing because it's a power move for her. This is what I believe. You have to think about, what is this now going to do for the child growing up, being named after, having this controversy around your name. In a way, it's almost like child abuse, because you are purposely putting something on your child that is controversial, that is not a good thing. And this child is forever connected to a name that people are not happy that she has this name. It was used to make a power move against the royal family. It wasn't a loving thing to do of Harry and Meghan to name their child after the late queen. It wasn't a good thing to do for the child to now have this name and to have to live with it, considering the controversy that surrounds her having this name. It's abuse of the child. It's abuse of the late queen. It's abuse of the institution. It's a taunting of this institution that she did not have to do. If anything, use Diana. Why would you even use the late queen, considering everything that you did to hurt the queen in her last years? And now you're going to take her precious gem of a nickname to use it for your child, knowing that you gave the queen so much trouble in her golden years. It's like, this just shows you this was nothing more than them doing what they had been doing to the queen in the last years of her life, taunting her, making her life miserable, making her last years controversial, and then taking something precious to the queen and saying, I'm going to take something that was precious to you and I'm making it mine now, queen. That's what Meghan did, because this came from Meghan Markle. And Harry just went along with it. Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Okay. And then go lie about the queen saying she was supportive of them calling their child Lilibet, which is a lie. That's a lie. We're going to say it full out front. It's a lie. And now it's been written in this book, and this is showing us that in the beginning, when I spoke about this before and how this was not approved by the queen, I was right. I remember people giving me a hard time saying, I don't know that the Queen didn't give support. Well, look, now we have someone officially saying it who has worked closely with the royal family, putting it in a book. And then also ask yourself this, why didn't I hear he talk about this in his book, Spare? You know, he didn't talk about the racist issues. He didn't talk about the controversial, that surrounded the naming of his daughter and how the Queen supported it. You know, they are so dangerous, Harry and Meghan. But I think Harry is seeing it now because there are reports coming out now that Harry is fed up. He is fed up with his lifestyle. So much so that I've heard that there is actually now a trial separation. Harry's bubble has burst. He sees that he is not in a good spot. His own children are never going to have close relationships with the king, with the royal family. Like, you're missing out on golden opportunities as we speak with your young children. So that in itself, I think, is another form of abuse, because now they won't have these relationships with their families. Meghan's not giving her side of the family to have any kind of relationship with her children. And who ends up suffering? Who ends up paying the price for Harry and Meghan being so nefarious in their behavior? It's the children that will pay the price. It's the children who will be the ones suffering from these egotistical moves and choices. And so, like I've said, Harry and Meghan, or more so Meghan now, because Harry, like I said, is fed up. I think this man is on his way out the door. He's on his way back to England because he is completely miserable and broke. Don't get it twisted. This couple don't have a pot to pee in because they are using the money that they do have to throw it away to look like they're living, the glorious life, the superficial life. And so you just look at these moves by Harry and Meghan, and you just have to look and laugh and just say, you're so stupid. You are so dumb. You are so ignorant. You are so just beside yourself, lopsided cricket, walking with your head sideways because you don't know how to behave and you don't know how to act in the world. You're just going through life, throwing away opportunity and just living the worst life ever. You cannot tell me that this couple is happy. You cannot tell me that this couple is setting their children up to have a good life. And with that said, I'm just going to leave it at that and say, I told you so. The Queen did not support this. Harry and Meghan are devious people. They are the scum of the scum because they will do whatever it takes to hurt people, even if it's their own children.